Welcome to the Dungeon House, where a bunch of regular people with regular jobs gather to play Dungeons and Dragons. We aren't professionals, so if you hear food ASMR or a baby in the back, just understand it's normal. This show is recommended for those 13 and up. The music you'll hear is brought to you by William Heaton and various other artists. We're glad that you're here to share in the fun and laughter, as well as the challenges along the way. So come on into our home, take a seat on the couch, and enjoy the Dungeon House.
That sucks.
Little baby Hayes, let's help
I
you.
love all the Koroks, Joy. That's so funny.
Isn't that so? There were so many. That was just a big group of them. And then I loved that big picture with me and a whole bunch of Avatar characters. That was just some random family that was like, we're just going to do Avatar. Anyways, they had the whole cast. It was great.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. That's like my future family goals right there. Going to Fenix is a family cosplay.
I like how the little baby is Appa. That's super cute.
Isn't that so fun? Oh, there was one other. There was a big group of Appas. I didn't send that. They were kind of lame because they were like onesies.
Oh, okay.
But like it was still cool. There was like 6 or 7 of them. How many were there?
What would have been awesome is if they would have like combined together like Power Ranger Fusion. So that way each one of them would be like a leg of Appa. And then you have like a head and then something with a tail. And they'd all walk around together as like a
that's
giant,
hilarious. That's a hilarious idea.
like a real life sized Appa. That'd be the dream.
That would be super fun.
Brandon.
Don't roll off the edge, baby.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support.
Anytime.
There it is.
I think we're live by now.
Probably.
Yeah, it's 6:32. But before we get started, I do have one disclaimer that I need to say, and it's to Brandon. Brandon, I'm caught up onto this last book of the Legend of Drizzt series. I'm not like caught up to like it's the week that they're releasing.
But you're getting there.
I'm getting there, and it is. Oh my goodness, it is good.
Dude, isn't Entrary just the biggest?
I know, right?
I'm just like, oh, like I love him.
Yeah,
I love
like,
to hate him.
when there's the chapter where like it doesn't tell you who it is, but then like the Loth priestess gets killed in like the alleyway, and you're not like sure who this is.
Yeah.
And then like he does the accent, and you're like, no!
You're like, why? Yeah, it's a good time.
It's a good, really good read. Yeah, it's fun to be 8 books into it. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What series is this? For the unofficial
The Legend of Drizzt.
The old like Forgotten Realms books.
Mhm.
He's one of the most popular D&D characters
Ever,
ever.
and for good reason. He is awesome.
I love him. I have a big crush on him.
I don't blame you. Major crush. He is a hunk. But yeah, nah. I don't think there's anything else other than that I had to say. That was just my biggest thing, as I needed to let Brandon know where I was sitting at in that regard.
Music?
Yeah, we got music. Can you hear it?
Oh, no, I hear it.
Anywho, any other thing that happened that was fun this week for anyone? Oh,
I've been doing a crap ton of homework.
Yo, same.
Big thumbs
Same.
up.
yeah, not enjoyable.
No.
I have an exam tomorrow in structural analysis.
Joy went to Fenix.
Joy went to Phoenix. I have a new job. I'm going to work for the state road again as an intern, but for a different internship. That's pretty exciting.
a different internship.
Yes, it's still with the state road, but it's for a different thing. So instead of like doing construction and inspection stuff like that, I will be working on like stoplights, which we get stuff.
Nice.
So a lot more learning about kind of like traffic patterns and stuff like that. It'll be good. Interesting.
That's actually really good to hear.
Yeah, it's a major pay raise from what I'm doing at the university, which is
Are you gonna show me?
nice.
So you start like immediately?
What? Basically, yeah. Since I was working there during the summer, they have all my paperwork still, so they just needed to file some stuff over, and like I'm already hired on. I'm starting next week, so.
You're really close.
And I went and talked to one of my bosses at the university, and they said, "Yeah, you're good. You don't have to worry about putting a 2 weeks notice in. You're just a student. Yeah, we understand you got a better opportunity, so go live your dreams."
That's nice.
It's good. So yeah, that's about it. Other than that,
Joey, it's good to see your face, but I feel like we haven't seen it in like forever.
as McKay
Yeah.
steadily hints at David and Kyle.
In an airport. Guys,
Yeah, where were you guys been?
Kyle has an excuse for right now.
once I'm not homeless anymore and I don't take these calls in weird places, you'll see my face again.
See, he's like in the bathroom of like Target, just posted up in there. It's a little awkward.
In a TJ Maxx.
Hey, could you-
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Where's the best public bathroom that you've gone to?
What?
You heard him.
That's a weird question.
Um,
I can tell you where the worst one that I've been to is.
let's hear it before we. Let's
Um,
go down this.
let's go
for a second. I don't have a lot prepared today, so we might as well fill some time in.
Mine was on my mission in Romania. It's kind of like if any of you know the musical Urinetown. It's same with most European countries. You have to pay to pee.
Whoa!
Very lucrative.
Yeah, and I
There's
remember
great need.
I went to a KFC that they had there. By the way, KFC in Romania is the best. So good. But went to there, it was a KFC and or some sort of fast food restaurant, and basically you had to order something and then you get a code on the receipt that would then go to the restroom. And the restroom was so bad and so crowded. It was like in this dungeon. Like I had to walk down these like steep stairs. They were like, it went on forever. And then you turn this, and it's like gets darker and darker as you're going down there. And you turn a small corner, and there's like a line of like 5 guys for this one stall, and you're just like, oh no.
What's going
And
on?
it's this tiny little room, like down in this like just cement just cave. It was terrible.
I had the best public bathrooms in my on my mission. It's literally just the jungle. Just walk out like 5 feet.
My worst bathroom experience with that was at Dollar General. We were tracting, so I didn't have choice. I could have pulled the card of like, I have to use the restroom. Can I use the restroom, person? Oh, while we're here, can we share a message? I should have done that, but no. Went to Dollar General, which is basically Family Dollar, and it was so bad.
Well, good.
Can I show off one more thing I got at Panex?
Yes.
Some random person came up to me and just gave me this. It says, "Glory to Master Koga." Hilarious. It was the day I was wearing my Zelda outfit. Anyways, sorry. I was just looking through the stuff on my desk and I found it. So
I'm glad that they're proselyting as well.
Does her
Good
name
stuff.
start with an H? Is it an H? I don't. The character from Legend of Zelda, doesn't it start with an H? Or what does it start with?
It does not.
Yeah, what does it start with?
It starts with an M.
Uh-uh.
Margaret.
Just tell you.
I don't
Mildred.
Melissa.
know.
You
I
guys
don't
want
know.
just
These like normal names.
The name is Malin. Malon. Malin.
I like melon.
Now that rings a bell. Yeah.
I got a lot of Marins. People were like, "Oh, you're Marin." I'm like, close, but not really.
You got called out a lot. That's so fun, guys. Well, I think we're about ready to get started with D&D.
Tori's gonna be a little late. She just needs some personal time.
Need a break. So, we need a recap.
I did it recently.
I know you did.
Joy's been gone. Kyle did it last week.
I'm thinking it's either Faith or David.
I did it last week.
Definitely not David then. You sure?
I'm pretty sure you did.
No. You're just making that up. Right?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Alright, Faith got it. Would that be okay?
Yeah. You kicked your blanket. No.
Alright.
Last time on the Dungeon House. We. Oh. Yeah, what did happen? Oh, we were on our way to Fel-nor.
Fel-nor. In Fel-nor, right?
You left Fel-nor.
We left Fel-nor.
We left Fel-nor. Now we're on our way to Fel-nor. And on the way, we learned some tricky tricks of how to communicate through message, whatever. So we sent a weird message to Papa Brightor, to Papa Brightor, Azureus, and yes. And so we got a message back, but he didn't understand the memo of keep it short. So we went on our way, and on the way, Mr. Gooman Donnie Boy, he decided to make his great escape. And so the party had some fun times entertaining Barren from not seeing old Donnie Boy. It was that intense. It was very intense. Yes, bubbles were made. And then once we were able to get to a spot to chill for a second, we were able to check Widow Freeze, and Moss went on his way and found some goblins because he didn't pass his stealth check. And the goblins were like, "Ha, little gnome boy, he got nothing." He's like, "What? Say that to my face." And then it went down, and then Opal was no help. It was pretty bad. But we won the day, but a goblin did get away, so we're gonna find out what happens with that. But so we won the fight, but one got away, and we're gonna see what happens. Opal's kind of feeling embarrassed right now, but I think that's about what's going on. Yes.
Yeah,
Very
that's
poor.
good.
Yeah.
I like that. Thanks, Faith. That's a pretty good recap. So, to get us started off where we left off last week, you all just finished off the bugbear, and you had seen one of the goblins running off into the distance. With that, what would you guys like to do in this moment?
I mean, I want to go after that little goblin, the little one that got away.
Yeah.
Can't let him get away.
Are you going to go by yourself?
I mean, no one else
Moss is going to join in on the chase.
Yes.
Opal's gonna try and redeem herself.
If you want to join as well. Okay. Perfect. So we have Moss, Opal, and Barren. Seeing the goblin run off into the distance, you all make haste and pursue. Need you all to roll
Oh,
either a survival or perception check.
Is this all of us or just one of us?
All of you.
Sorry, I had to step out for a second, but I'm going to be joining them too.
Okay, no worries.
What were the checks again?
very close to a nat 20.
You have either survival or perception.
Okay, with the perception, Moss comes in at a 22.
22. Baron got 1, and Opal got 8.
Nat one.
Nat 1. Natural.
Natural.
Completely miffed it. You end up going over there. You give me another one of the French ones. Well, it's good to know.
I got a 23 for perception.
As you all start heading, it's not playing. I feel like I don't have any music right now.
So I told you.
No,
It's just really quiet.
Oh, thanks. Really quiet. Don't push yourself up, bud.
Everyone put it next to me.
Not recording. Okay. Sorry, I was just making sure the music is going.
Yeah.
So, as you guys make your way haste, Baron and Opal, it gets pretty thick fairly quickly, right as soon as you enter into this kind of more boggy-esque section next to the river. Moss and Adilaide, you're able to keep a good eyesight on kind of the shifting of the plants in front of you. Though your companions themselves are kind of getting a little bit behind. For you to kind of keep up the chase, you might have to leave them behind. If you want to keep within eyeshot of this goblin.
Bye.
Yeah. Guess we're leaving them behind.
I don't even think Elia would really notice. She would be too focused.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys continue to run, eventually you get to the point where you don't notice any of the movement in front of you like you've been seeing recently. It's almost as if the goblin in front of you has vanished.
Look for any like tracks or anything like that.
Yeah. As you kind of stop realizing that your chase forth hasn't accrued anything thus far, make a survival check to see how, like, if you can start tracking those paw prints, the goblin footies. I see a 13.
Need a pencil. Pencil.
Honey, where's the
You should need to give you a 1 second. Let me write this down. So, Elia, as you kind of take stock of what's around you, kind of looking around and getting a understanding of where the tracks are leading, you come across the tracks of him moving fairly quickly, and all of a sudden they don't really seem to be moving in that direction anymore. You can see what looks to be a kind of a cutoff to one side. As you kind of slowly take a second to follow it, you realize that the goblin must not be running anymore, but most likely is hiding somewhere in the area. As you look around, you see most of this is that similar tall grass that was surrounding the house, though there are some places that are some overturned logs, some trees, and the river itself right next to you, not too far away. You know that goblins, with your intelligence and the research that you've done, they're known to be quite sneaky and quite good at hiding. So just keep that in mind as you keep your vigil out.
I feel like she would kind of lower herself and like into the grass a little bit and continue to search.
All right. As you're searching, Moss, are you right there with her? Just to make sure.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the other people that are still at the house, which would be Pinky, Ren, and Adelaide. Pinky, Ren, and Adelaide. You just see some of your friends kind of run off after what they say to be some sort of goblin, still heading out. Just to kind of give you a sense of what's around you right now, there's what looks to be a little small one-room shack with a stone foundation. The door is slightly ajar, thatched roof. You can see over kind of on the other side of the town or the house, past kind of where the burnt webbing is, looks to be something that is buried there. In the dirt not too far away. As well as you have all these goblin and the one bugbear that you have defeated in front of you. Just to kind of give you an idea, the river's not too far away either. It's only about 30 feet away. And you know, especially at this point in the day when it's starting to get lower light, the bugs are kind of getting thick. It's kind of a little bit of a swampy feel. You can feel the humidity in the air, and your skin's starting to kind of clam up. You kind of smell on the air the scent of, decaying wood and plant material mixed with something rotten. Really earthy smells, fresh mud. The last rays of the sun are touching about the tops of the trees right at this moment.
To turn to the group that is still there and say, should we go after them?
I mean, we could. If you want, I'm personally interested in what they were burying here. I'm gonna check that out.
If Ren goes to investigate with Pinky, then Adelaide will go too.
All right, perfect. Okay. All right, Ren, you walk over there. You can see that they were using fairly crude shovels. Not anything very nice. Just something that you can shove in the ground and move dirt with. They have a scoop end and a handle end. Just your basic, everyday goblin shovel,
Yeah, I like it. I think they did a great job with these tools.
Actually, they're not very good at all. But
they tried their best. They get an A for effort.
Adelaide will pick up one of the shovels and she'll start very carefully, scraping up layers of dirt, almost afraid that she's gonna find something.
Okay. as you start to dig, what are you worried about finding?
Something gross.
Something gross.
Something that's gonna jump out. A body.
A body. That makes sense. I feel like you're pretty tentative while you're doing this. Is anyone else helping her? Or are you all kind of focused on the first little dirt mound?
Yeah, I'll help her. I'll get down there.
Pinky has realized that she will be of no use with any shovel because she's too small. So she's gonna go dig through the pockets of the dead bodies.
Okay. Sounds good. Pinky, I'd like you to do a perception check. And
Perception check.
Adiliade. Yeah.
That is a 3.
Okay, good to know. Pinky, you found what, like, as you sort through all their pockets, in total, they have baubles, little trinkets. Like, you find on one of them, like, what looks to be like a hawk's beak that's been carved into a sort of necklace, and small pebbles have been made into beads along it. It's a little heavy for your tastes, but it's kind of cool. You find pocket lint, and you find about what looks to be about 7-ish gold pieces total among them, putting it all together, as well as each one of them kind of had a crude bow, kind of little scimitar looking thing. For you, it's like a fairly big sword as well. To them, it's like a good, scimitar. To like someone like Pablo or Adiliade, it's like a curved dagger, but it's pretty gnarly looking. Like it's definitely more brute force rather than being a fine cutting edge.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. On the bugbear himself, though, you do find what would be a jagged morning star. That's what his weapon was that he was using in the fight, though he could never hit with it. You see the top of it looks like it was fashioned by some sort of old helmet that was filled with some sort of concrete material with a chain in it. And the helmet's all kind of spiky. It's kind of metal looking, to be honest. A little hardcore.
Cool. I'm assuming Pinky isn't going to be able to pick it up.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. It's like a boulder on a chain that's tied to a stake.
Cool.
Yeah.
She's pretty fascinated. She's just going to look at it for a little while.
Adelaide, as you continue to dig, you find what looks to be something wooden. As you kind of hit something a little harder as you're scraping. As you kind of move more dirt off of it, you find what looks to be some sort of wooden stack. You can see what looks to be like the lower half of like a crudely carved jaw.
I try to get my hand around it and
Kind
kind of
wiggle it out.
the dirt. Yeah.
Yeah, make a strength check.
A natural 21.
An unnatural 21.
Unnatural. Like
A natural 21.
Thank you.
What? Can I see those dice real quick? Can I have a set? Yeah. So with a 21, it takes a little bit, but you're able to you yank it out, exposing what looks to be a miniature figure about yay tall, carved into the likeness of what looks to be some sort of gnome. Kind of longer ears. He's kind of more of a stout body. It's very impressionistic. His body's more kind of like a cylinder, with like kind of arms kind of carved into it, and like kind of legs. And he's just kind of standing there. He had a really like kind of tall conical hat up to the top. Anyone who is not from a D&D world would know this to be a garden gnome.
But do I know what it is?
No.
Does Adelaide know what it is?
Unless you feel like you would have a good understanding of goblin garden gnome techniques.
No. She's going to kind of like roll it around. She's looking for writings.
Yeah.
And as she does, she's gonna kind of like, well, Ren's right there, and then kind of holler to Pinky like, any guesses as to what this could be? That sounded like she had an accent. She doesn't. She just says that normally.
Looks to be some sort of effigy, some dark god, maybe.
Would Pinky
None that I
recognize anything?
As you look at it, it doesn't really look anything out of like crazy significant, but it's what's underneath the berries thing that catches your eye after a second. As a smell hits your nostrils, you smell what seems to be rotting flesh.
Okay.
As you look down, you see what looks to be some sort of, from like this figure's not too big. You see what looks to be the partially uncovered remains of a body turned face down.
Wait, what kind of a body? I'm sorry, I missed that.
A body that is rotting.
Oh, not necessarily. You haven't described it.
No, it's not. Like, imagine seeing from the.
Is it humanoid? Like
Crown of the
humanoid?
head.
Is it goblin?
Humanoid.
Okay, that's what I was curious about.
Yeah.
I think he's going to point at it and be like, "It's a dead body! Who is he? Let's dig him up."
Adelaide will lift up the gnome, and she's going to be like, do you think it was this dark god that destroyed this poor soul?
He's a grave robber.
He's a great robber.
Just like your dad.
I actually imagine that Barren, that Barren and Opal would probably be making their way back, since we were able to keep.
Unless. I don't know. Are we?
Are you?
I guess so.
You don't have to. I figure. I mean, if we lost the trail,
Yeah, we'll go back. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what you find. It looks to be about 4 other spots in the ground that are not uncovered. Do you want to uncover the rest of the body?
Is this a human?
It's hard to tell right now because it's still mostly buried. You can definitely see the back of a head leading down to a neck with a shirt laying
And it is partially decayed.
partially decayed.
So it's
It's not fresh for sure.
if you'd like to continue looking at this, you can. I'm going to take a look inside of the house.
Quick, what is this like? If we're seeing a head and a neck and some shirt, it doesn't look like child size, does it?
No,
Cool.
it's because the goblin gnome, garden gnome is like this size. It's like
Okay.
kind of long. It's like a foot and a half, you'd say.
Okay.
No, it's fairly substantial.
I meant like the dead body.
Oh, I know. I'm saying that's how much you can see exposed.
Oh, okay. I see.
Because he was buried.
That makes sense.
The thing was buried on top of the person.
Okay. Cool. So it doesn't look like a child. So yes. If no one's gonna help Pinky, I don't know if she'd continue to dig up the body because it'll take her a long time because she's so small.
I think Ren's still there.
Yeah, I can help out.
Are you gonna help me?
Sure.
what are we staring at?
It's a dead body. It was buried underneath this gnome thing, and she's gonna point to it like it's the coolest thing ever.
Cool. Cool. A dead body. Cool.
He's just thumbs up.
Opal would be sorry. Opal would be kicking a tree, a little disappointed that she lost sight.
The race.
Yeah, she lost the race. She's not the fastest girl in the world.
No, it's not.
So she's still just disappointed, so she'll eventually catch on like, oh, we're doing something. I'll go over.
Yeah. As you guys as Adelaide, you head over towards the house. You would notice in front of you what looks to be tracks in the mud leading, there's a lot of goblin footprints here. Though it's been a couple of minutes, you see what look to be really fresh ones leading outside the house above all the other ones.
I'll kind of follow those for a bit.
They lead back towards the main road where you guys have been walking.
So from the cabin to the main road.
At least along that same trail.
I think Adelaide will kind of leave that and investigate
Trail.
yeah.
As you kind of follow these back, they lead.
Oh no, sorry. Leave the footprints.
Okay, leave the.
Investigate the
house.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
You did. As you head into the house, it looks to be a small dwelling, probably only big enough for one person to live in. A lot of it looks very disheveled, torn up. A lot of the cabinetry and furniture has been flipped over, ransacked, you would say. You do see, though, some food still hanging from the rafters and being dried and such, some herbs. A lot of it has been torn down, a lot of it's been smashed. Kind of that same pervasive rotting food smell lingers in here.
So basically, like, I've just seen signs that like goblins were here.
Yeah.
Stands out to me.
Do an investigation check.
Not 20.
You would find, kind of as you're walking around, you step over by where the bed has been overturned, and kind of where you could tell underneath where the bed would have been, you find a one slat in the wood that creaks as you step on it.
Okay, she's gonna lift her foot up and with like the heel of her shoe. She's not wearing heels, but you know what I mean. Like with the heel, she's just gonna like slam her foot down and see if it kind of.
Yeah, and it's really weird because this is a dirt floor
Oh,
building.
it's a dirt floor.
Well, it's a dirt floor, but you still have that creak when you step somewhere. Like it's stuffed.
Can I take my shield and just kind of like
Yeah.
and just dig up?
As you dig it up, you find what looks to be a small hidden box underneath.
You're like,
You pull the box. Oh, like how are you looking at the box? Are you just gonna like pull it out, or
where's the queen? I'm just kidding.
Basically.
She's I pull it out like.
you kind of dig around with your shield a little bit more, using it kind of as a shovel. You find a little handles on the side, and it's quite ornate for a box. It's got a lot of filigree. It reminds you a lot of kind of almost a nobilistic hope chest, for like that any purveyor of fine boxes would own. Though the kind of the features of it, you notice a lot of like wooden textured designs on the top. What looks to be a small ruby set into the middle, and the wood is kind of a dark grayish color.
Can I get it open?
You don't see any handle to lift open like a lid right now.
Right.
Looks like it just looks like a box. Though you can try to open it if you'd like to. Okay. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no! No. 4?
Or that is not going to be good enough. So as you touch the box and go to pry on it, that ruby on the middle of it flares to life, and you feel a shot of force hit you in the chest, knocking you back a good couple of feet. You will take 13 points of damage as it knocks you kind of back against the wall, with this being a small room. All of you now, as you kind of been digging for a little bit, you find what looks to be another, like the top of what looks to be kind of a similar gnome on this other pile. But as soon as you kind of starting to uncover it, you hear a crash from inside the house.
She's
Adelaide?
maybe not.
Pinky's going to zip over to the house and peek in the window.
How do they find you?
Yeah, Joy, you're just gonna see. Pinky will see Adelaide like kind of like back up to the wall, like her like silvery blonde hair just like over her face, and then she's just kind of like looking like wide-eyed from like behind her hair, like kind of like shaking her head off a little bit. Pinky, the box is haunted.
Can I? She's gonna. I don't know. Is the window open? Does she need to open it and then fly through? Like.
Pinky, I cannot hear you.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hello?
her internet's kind of kaputty.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Maybe.
I can hear
Oh,
you.
this is.
We still can't hear you, Joy, just so you know.
I can hear you just fine, Joey.
I can hear Joy.
Yeah, I
You can hear me?
Look beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a problem over here.
I think it's them.
Right.
Like they-
Brandon, you say something.
You're the problem.
I can't.
That's,
No,
they can't hear me.
gone.
They're the problem.
Can you hear?
Wait, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Talking
Yeah.
ourselves?
We can't hear. We can't hear. Oh, interesting. Did this get on? Oh, it's not on.
Did it die?
I thought. Yeah, it's dead. Oh, that's so funny. Can you guys say something?
If our
Alright.
viewers can
Well, it's
hear
still
every
not
side
working.
or just one of us, one of the sides.
Well, it's all them. It's all their fault.
It's all their fault.
What the heck? Yeah, my computer will
Hold
not.
on, guys.
If you want, turn on the sound on.
I don't have a sound on here.
don't have a sound. Let me see if I can plug it into my computer and get
You can-
charging.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Was it not plugged in?
I have been doing it a different way.
Yeah, it needs to be plugged in because it will die.
Well, yeah.
Here's
that's
this.
battery. Battery do. I think
Uh-huh.
I'll try to blame your internet, Joy.
We're back.
Internet, Joy.
No.
We can hear it.
What? Hooray!
No, our internet was fine. The speaker died that we were
No,
using.
I said you
Yeah.
guys tried to blame Joy's internet, and it was
Yeah,
your
I
error.
was with that.
Alright, Joy, we can't hear you.
It's her internet again.
It's Joy's internet. Freak. What'd you say, Joy?
Okay,
Time
my
to
internet is bad, but it's not bad this time. Okay. I was asking if the window's open. Do I need to open the window and then go inside? Pinky wants to enter through the window.
It's the window's closed, and Adelaide's just like,
Yeah. You go to like open the window and you see the little latch on it. You take out your knife, you pop it up,
Yeah.
open up the window. Now you've gone through the window. You're like right
Cool.
above. You see Adelaide splayed against a wall, and in front of her looks to be a box with a little red jewel, like a ruby, set on the top of it.
He's gonna point to the box and say, "That box is that box haunted?"
yes, it's that box. I tried to open it,
He's
and it
going
tried to kill me.
Pinky's going to approach stealthily. Not stealthily, cautiously. And she's going to cast Mage Hand and attempt to open the box.
Ooh, okay. Do sleight of hand for me.
Cool. Okay, sleight of hand. That is an unnatural 20.
Nice. So, as you go over the box, you find no keyholes whatsoever. With your sleight of hand, you can tell that the lid should be able to open, but it's sealed. And I could have had you do an Arcana check for this as well, but sealed magically. And for you and kind of like your knowledge of this kind of thing, usually either a spell that allows you to open up something that is magically sealed, or a command word is usually used to open up something like this, rather than your classic lock-picking set. You do know, like, you probably could force your way into this box, but seeing how it reacted to Adilaide's manhandling, it might manhandle you back.
Okay. So, Piggy's gonna turn to Adelaide. Did you just try to open it, or did you try to pick it up, or what did you try to do?
I just tried to open it. I already picked it up and it was fine. It was when I tried to see what was inside of it that it tried to kill me.
Well, that's because it's magically sealed. We could try and force it open, but you saw what happened when you tried to do that. So, whatever's in here has got to be super important because it's magic.
Well, in that case, let's take it with us. Adelaide will pick it up. Does anything happen?
As you pick it up, you kind of brace yourself. Nothing happens.
How big is the box?
How big is the box? It's about a foot by 6 inches by 6 inches, like a shoe box.
Okay.
All right, Pinky, you probably could carry it. It's a little big.
Right. Okay.
I love how we describe Pinky as being just so small. It's fun.
It's insipid. As Adelaide's carrying the box, as she's like picking it up, she's gonna kind of like look and see if Pinky is looking, and then like if Pinky looks away, she's just gonna kind of like hit it, like.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Not try to open it. She's just
It still reacts.
show who's lost.
Are you actually?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm gonna
Okay.
hit it. Not try to open it, but yeah, she's gonna sock it. Oh no! No!
As you like whack this box, I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
18.
18. This time, expecting it half of the way, you go and you bam right on the side, and it goes, and it seems kind of angry at you, like it wasn't really happy with the slap. You will take, it's 10 divided by half is 5 points of damage.
I'm at 10 hit points. I'm gonna healing word myself. I'm gonna like act like nothing happened. It's gonna kind of like throw me back, and I'm gonna be like, huh. And I'm gonna like healing word myself, like.
You can like literally see like the bleeding from your ears from like the concussion, and you're like, it's okay.
Pinky, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. She just starts like muttering her like holy incantation to start healing herself. Blood like reverses up back into her ears.
No one makes me bleed my own blood. As this is going on, we're going to go back to Moss and Alaya. Moss and Alaya, as you have kind of come to the conclusion that the goblin must be hiding in the area, what would you like to do in order to try to, sniff him out or locate him?
Elia is just gonna keep like walking through the grass, looking.
Moss, is there anything that you'd like to do?
Yes, actually. Moss is going to use the powers of nature. And going to cast Fairy Fire.
Oh, interesting. So, the area that you're searching is probably a good section of area, like probably 100 foot by 100 foot, that you're assuming he's in. And Fairy Fire is, I'm pretty sure, only like a 20-foot cube.
Yeah, it's only a 20-foot cube.
So
it's going to be random. Is there any?
It's kind of like you have basically, I'd say like
a 20% chance.
20% chance. A 1 in 5% chance to get it right. Oof.
So,
with that,
you want me to...
oh yeah, let's have you roll. Roll a d20. No, it's good.
Roll?
I rolled a 15, which would be just shy because it'd be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Okay.
But if you want to, I'd let you roll. Just this once.
I'll roll. Part of it. Dang it. Got a 4.
Yeah. So you light up the area right next to you, but you do know that he's not in that area. That helps. The area that you really didn't cover with that, you covered most of what you felt like was the thickest grass. You haven't covered some of like the overturned logs, some of the and you haven't really covered the water.
Putting that on time departure schedule for 7:07 p.m. Arriving in Salt Lake City at 10:07.
Sounds like the
Airport.
airport.
Total flight duration today, 1 hour and 7 minutes.
You hear like
the
graph start telling you about how the flight is leaving in about 30 minutes. In that exact tone of voice. I don't know if Elia and Moss, I don't know if you heard what I said. I mentioned.
Not all of it.
Yeah, basically I mentioned how most of that thicker grass you were able to cover, but you haven't really gotten to cover some of the overturned logs, some of the foliage up top, like in the air, and the water itself, and the bank of the river.
Elias going to start searching over by the logs, overturned logs, and starting looking in places where the goblin might have been able to like have squows in and like hidden.
Yeah. Make investigation check. I would assume it would be as you're kind of searching and looking your way through it.
8.
With an 8, you do find signs that he was over here, but nothing substantial. Like you don't find him.
Knowing that he was over there, Elia would tell Moss, he'd be like, "There's signs of him over. There's signs that he's been over here." So she's gonna continue to kind of like expand out into the foliage and looking into the trees and stuff like that, seeing if she can find them. And this will.
Perfect. Give me 1 second.
You know.
Moss, would you like to do something?
Yeah, Moss was searching the other area.
Over by the water.
Yeah.
I like you
And
both.
he's-
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. What was that? Chase?
I was going to say I'd like you both to do a perception check.
19.
19 and
13.
13. Moss, you just barely got the same as him. As soon as Alaya kind of turns her back from the logs and start walking toward more of the foliage, a little bit farther away from the water, and as you start approaching the water, you see a figure dart from what looks to be inside one of the logs, and the chase is on again. As of right now, I'd like to go into initiative with just you two and the goblin to kind of figure out how this is going to go. Is that all right with you guys?
Sure.
Awesome.
All right.
Oh. All right. Moss, what'd you get?
For what? Initiative?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got terrible 8.
8. And Alaya, what'd you get?
A 14.
14.
Just need the hand. Need a hand to talk
And
to.
Moss. All right. So the goblin's about, I'd say at this point, since he got a little bit of that surprise, he's about 60 feet away from both of you at this moment with a little bit of a lead. Alaya, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna vortex warp him.
Oh, nice. Yeah, fair enough.
So
Okay.
he's going to make a Constitution saving throw.
He rolled a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
That fails. So
Yeah.
I'm going to teleport him right into the middle of me, or in between Moss and Adiliade.
I imagine like you kind of see the goblin in the distance, like running as fast as he can, and then like you teleport him and he disappears, and then he like re-teleports like right kind of behind you, and he's still like running. Just like sees you like and as soon as he sees you, he's going to panic. He's going to panic.
Oh,
He is scared. Moss, is actually your turn first. Unless you
Okay,
had
so
anything
he's in
else you
the,
want.
he's in the
right.
middle of us, right?
He's like right next to you now.
Like enough that I can stab him.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, honestly, Moss is gonna go for the. Actually, I'm gonna use my last spell slot and cast Ice Knife.
Ice Knife?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Alright, what does he need to roll? Or do
Needs
you
to
roll?
make- I need to roll it.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
You'll definitely hit.
And he is gonna say, how are we nat 20 in spells?
It's same as the normal attacks, double damage.
Yeah, you just double the
Double the
dice.
dice.
Okay,
It's actually
so he's
some
gonna
way
do
better.
Okay, so 12 piercing damage, and then he's gonna take 18 cold damage.
18 cold damage, 12 piercing damage. 1 second.
Huh?
Yeah. So as he starts to run, Moss, you quickly summon a bolt of pure ice and shoot it forth from your hand. That ice, in his fearful state. He's not even thinking about protecting himself, and he has turned his back fully towards you. You see his eyes as he flinches from the impact. He stops and he turns around to you, and then he puts his hands trying to cover up the hole that you blew through his chest.
Poor buddy.
Trying in whatever way he could to stop the bleeding. Then he falls over and dies.
That's very sad.
Poor buddy.
Well, sucks to suck.
I mean, when you only have 7 hit points, it's not hard to go straight through.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. This one has been dealt with. Are you both returning to the farm? That little shack, the woodland hut.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think so.
We'll start working our way there.
Perfect. All right. It's about the time that you get back, Ren, that you've uncovered the next pile, if that's what you're still going to kind of continue doing.
Sure. Yeah.
You find what looks to be another gnome. This one, what looks to be holding a shield and a sword and clad in armor, though it's very minimalistic in its design. It's a wood carving. It's more tribal-esque in style.
I like it. I think it's cool.
It is buried on top of what looks to be some sort of animal. It looks to be, at this point, a horse.
Do these look fresh? Like, are these burial sites, are they fresh? Because you said that the first body was already kind of decayed.
Mm-hmm.
So are these not fresh?
The bodies are not, but the dirt around them is.
Does it look like they were like grave robbers? Like, does this look like this was set up to be a grave and that they were?
At this point, you've uncovered most of the person to kind of tell what they are.
Yeah.
As you look down at them, nothing really stands out much of them. They look to be or not. Thinking of. Me going through all the D&D races, trying to decide what I want to make my dead body to be. We'll just go with human. You find what looks to be a kind of a more middle-aged man, and nothing really stands out about him until you. Actually, why don't you do a medicine check real quick to see if you notice something?
You probably have a better medicine than me.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a +5. That's pretty okay. That's nothing to scoff at. I'll roll that medicine. 21. Natural.
Natural 21. You'd notice this. His jaw is slightly unhinged, just because it's decaying, which allows you fairly easy access to see the 2 canine teeth are extended a little longer.
Wait, wolves.
As in, like, a vampire? Okay. Yeah, everything looks good here. Yeah, that's actually what I say. That's. Do I see? Did he get like staked?
No.
That's what you.
Is there a cause of death?
You can't quite tell.
Garlic ingestation.
Garlic fermentation.
Yeah.
Of the lower extremities. No, he looks to be just rotting. You can't tell why, but you can tell that the canine teeth are too long to be normal.
Or what?
I don't see that.
Huh?
I don't see that.
Well, he would show. I mean, would you show the teeth to Barren or not? You did say, "Oh, it's all good, no worries."
No, I'll show him. I'll show him the teeth. I'll kind of like lift up the lip and kind of look at him like he knows.
As you lift up the lip, it kind of goes a little too far and rips off a little bit.
Ew. Ugh.
You know, flick it off.
Yeah, I'll kind of wipe it on Baron's shirt or something.
Looks like it's been dead for a while.
Yeah, I don't know how it died though. Are vampires? Maybe I'll say vampires like whisper. I don't want the others to get freaked out. I'll say, aren't vampires? Are they a little complicated to die, to kill?
They can be. Take through the heart, cut off their head, burn them with fire. The typical things.
Okay, yeah. So there's no stake. There is a head here.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty soft. No crispness here.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this, Brad.
Can I loot him? Can I see what's on him in his pockets? In his chest cavity?
You find his heart.
It's still beating.
Yeah. Make an investigation check as you start rifling through them.
+0. Wish me luck. 8. +0.
+0.
Remember.
So, a natural 8. Unnatural 8.
Yeah, a natural and unnatural 8.
Yeah. With an 8, it looks like most of what probably would have been on him maybe was taken. He looks to be wearing farmer's clothing.
Okay.
But you do know that Adilaide's sitting over there, like, still trying to recover from being blasted by a box.
Does it look like this guy is the person who lived here, maybe? Did we infer that?
You can infer whatever you want. You'd have to... You want to do an investigation check to try to prove it?
Look around in a little bit, though.
Okay. All right. I'm just... Yeah, you can infer whatever you want, but...
Well, I mean, it looks like... I don't know if we have much to worry about, but just in case, I've been actually working on something. And I'll kind of shuffle up through my bag, and I'll pull out one of the torches that I have, but I've only gotten one done at this point. And one of the torches that I have the end of it has been whittled into a nice sharp point.
Good to see you prepared.
You know, you can never be too careful, and I'll just in case, just do a quick get it done.
Jab it in.
Jab it in.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I imagine it just squishes in.
It like squeals. No,
I'll pull it back out.
You actually pull it out. Pull it back out. It's pretty gross.
Wipe it off a little bit.
Those of you joining us on our departure to Salt Lake City, we should begin our boarding here in the next couple of minutes.
Body back down.
Waiting for our cleaners on board to finish up cleaning the aircraft. Once we get word that they're done, we'll go ahead and start.
You hear the dead body
The
of
dead start to
of the
speak.
vampire starts to speak about how the flight is leaving in 15 minutes.
I mean, I don't know if the goblins were the one to kill this or what. They may have been doing these people a service. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they were just being respectful to the dead. They buried this man and the horse, and
Make a history check, just real quick, as you're talking about respecting.
Both of us?
Yeah, you both. As you're kind of looking at these little gnome things.
15.
15? With a 15, thinking about it, you do know that gnomes are like the most hated race to a goblin. Just because they're smaller than them, they're dumb, they have smarter brains. You know, the classic, I don't like you because of these reasons sort of thing. Goblins are racist against gnomes, and it's proven.
Yeah, I am too.
Wait a minute.
Where's my?
So you would assume that to be buried with their enemy probably is some sort of disgrace, or maybe have like a ritualistic warding for a grave as like, I don't know, the figure of our enemies shall watch over your dead. Kind of like spin the face. But you don't see any signs that the goblins attended to this home. As well as from the number of tracks around here, it doesn't look like they were here longer than maybe an hour before you.
Got any ideas, Ren?
No, I have no idea.
I don't think we need to dig up the rest. I mean, we're probably okay.
Yeah. Should we bury these guys again? It's probably best.
Yeah, probably. I bet by the time we finish this, the others will be back. Then we can figure out what we're doing with the night.
Yeah. Very true.
Not too long after everyone kind of reconvenes, Laya and Moss.
You want mute yourself?
Yeah, sorry. I gotta run. I gotta board. Bye.
Alright. Bye, Kyle.
Sounds like some spike.
The buried dead body of the vampire starts speaking from the grave. Again, saying how the flight is imminent and all passengers with express premium passes need to board now. Anyways, as you've all kind of gathered back up, I would assume you and Moss informed the rest that you were able to find the one goblin had bolted.
Elia would be coming back limping. Looks like a pink cushion.
You good?
Yeah. Just ready to go to bed. We did find that goblin, and Moss killed him. So I think we should be okay.
Well, are we making camp here? Because we're only, if I had to guess, we only got about half a day's travel left. We might be able to push through the night if we want to.
I mean, I need some time to, recuperate. It's been an off day for me. Just really sad. But first I need to take a nap. It'd be nice. I'd prefer not to sleep next to these dead guys. That'd be nice. So,
I guess I'll kind of do whatever anybody. If everybody wants to keep going, then we can keep going.
Pinky, Ren, Adelaide.
Pinky will shrug her shoulders.
I'm fine with whatever. I am all good for trucking forward. If we can, I mean, we're already spending so much time with travel. I think we should get it over with personally.
Opal, would you be okay to take your rest later?
I guess.
I think it's settled then. Let's just keep going. Elia, do you need me to patch you up a little bit?
Let's just get these bolts out of me, and I think I should be okay.
Yeah. I will use one of my healer's kits on Elia.
Bless you.
Unless someone with magical abilities wants to heal.
I don't think I ever gave myself a long rest. That's why I'm like,
We all got a long rest, didn't we?
I don't know.
Okay, I can use. I'll just use one of my things. You will get back. Um, 1d6 plus 4 plus your character level. 3 plus 4 is 7 plus we're level 4 now.
Yeah.
So 11 hit points. You'll get 11 hit points.
Cool.
Why don't we take 10 minutes real quick while we gather up, take a short rest, wink wink, and then we'll get on our way. You can have it.
Sounds good to me.
You guys can roll your hit dice as you take a little bit of a short rest. I am gonna.
Nice. It's not plus my con.
I think Pinky would probably be the only person that would notice this. Pinky, you notice that Ren has a hole in his arm sleeve now.
Wait, what? Say that one more time?
And Ren, you'd notice this as well, like the fibers from holding Donnie to your armpit.
I forgot about Donnie.
Pinky's going to point it out because that's just who she is.
Ren, what happened to your shirt?
Just the friction, all this walking. I think it just ripped.
Got rid of all your arm hair? Armpit hair, I mean?
Look, it's more aerodynamic. Sometimes you just make an impulsive decision, really. That maybe is why there's more friction down there. It gets different, don't draw too much attention to it. It's fine.
Pinky didn't see anything that happened, right? She was completely oblivious to you the whole time?
You didn't see Donnie during the whole thing, so you didn't know that was kind of what was going on. You just noticed, you probably could tell without even making an insight check. Ren's been acting a little bit strange for this thing.
Right.
Unless you want to do a charisma deception check. Right.
No, that's my deception right there. Is me.
just
saying it.
Yeah, I think Pinky's probably just gonna be just gonna kind of side eye him and be okay.
Okay.
And go take a rest.
I like to see it.
That's super fun. All right. 10 minutes later, not much has happened. You guys are able to pack the rest of your stuff. Anything else that you'd like to do before you leave the house on the riverbank?
Can I fashion the ever-burning torch kind of to my bag so it's right here?
Yeah. It's not hard. So you can just fashion it to your bag.
Or to the bag or whatever, so it gives us...
You can fashion it to your head.
To my head.
So
That would be a headlamp.
head.
I'll just fasten it to my bag so I don't have to hold it while I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah, perfect. You
Can
now
we
have.
made
go
her
ahead.
little ever glowing stone into like a little necklace.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I
She
like
saw
that.
what Barren was doing, and she's like, "Oh, I could do that too!" And she makes it into a necklace.
Yeah.
With the string she bought.
You like wrap string around it, and then you like tie it, and then tie some string around your neck with a necklace. You now have a glowing pebble necklace. Quite nice. It's a little gaudy, a little blingy for some people's taste, but you wear it well. As you guys walk, probably about 2 hours later, you've kind of risen back up from the riverbank, following it more toward Costa Fel-nor. You can see from the distance that you're at here, not too far away in the distance, the lights of the city, even though it's starting to get fairly late at night. The city ahead of you looks quite large. You're kind of up on more of a higher spot. You notice that the city in front of you looks to be set in some sort of almost crater-like vista. Maybe it once was an ancient lake that was then drained to put in place a city. Maybe it was an actual crater from something falling. It's hard to tell. But you can see from the point of view right here is that it's built off a little ways from the river itself, but a lot of it has kind of exploded up over that ridge of the crater and over towards the water. Looking at it, you could tell that this city could be quite well defended and fortified from this vantage point, as that natural crest makes a barrier for anything that would have to charge and face this the city. They would have to charge up kind of a steeper slope to get to the actual city proper. Something else that you notice though from behind you looks to be some sort of red glowing dot in the distance. And as you kind of picture where it was in your mind, you realize, looking kind of close, it's right next to the river. You're pretty sure it's that house that you'd left, probably on fire.
It's okay. It's fine.
They needed to burn anyway, right?
Yeah. That's...
Now the only things left is decapitation.
If you get all three,
then you're set.
then you're really set. Yeah.
Called assurance. You want to be assured.
Ren, you're not really from here. Have you seen lots of zombies where you're from?
No.
Okay, just checking.
You're implying that like zombies are actually like a thing?
Yeah, they're pretty common. I mean, not here in Theodora. This is actually one of the safest regions that you could be in.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, so we probably won't run into any here, I imagine.
I've heard stories of people coming back from the dead, but that's all my experience with that kind of thing.
It's not fun. They like to just get back up after you hit them.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very fun. Yeah, I'm not a fan there.
A fun apart, I hear that when zombies, they rise from the grave, they'll dig out of the ground, make them their way out. But I think that's why maybe those goblins put the fun of the bodies upside down, face down. So if they tried to dig, they'd just go down deeper.
Hey.
Actually, I've heard that. I've heard that.
Yeah, my uncle told me that.
Well, your uncle's a smart man, then.
Fun that he is. He taught me everything I know.
Pablo, are you excited that we're going back to your home?
No, it's not home, but it's where the Adilaide's family, that's where they're from.
You don't live there?
And now we do. But it's not home.
Where's your home?
More towards the mountains. Up high. Used to
Brings his wide chest.
built like a mountain. Because he is a mountain. Oxygen capacity. That makes more sense. I like my answer though.
Oh, well. I guess I didn't know that.
Adelaide, do you know much about Pablo and his past? You do? Yeah, you know. Just for your information, that Pablo comes from, a tribe of people that, while your father was back in his earlier years when he was more of the knight in shining armor rather than the diplomat that had to become the legislator, he befriended this group, and when he came upon his riches, he basically invited them to come and work with him as servants and help them have a better, in his thought process, a better life. And so, just so you know, that's kind of what you understand of Pablo's past. He comes from those people.
Pablo, did you come by your own choice? Like your family?
I mean, I was I was like 3 when we left.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just checking. Well, I'm tired. I'm gonna just be in the back and just think. While I'm walking, I'm gonna whittle another steak.
You're gonna make another torch into a steak?
Yep.
Just in case.
Just in case.
We'll start trying to pick yourself back up. Like, it's just one bad night. It's just a couple bad times. Yeah. It don't matter. It's okay. We just got lost in the woods and Pinky took your kill, but it doesn't matter. It's whatever. Okay. We're gotta put on a brave face. Show we're doing good. Can't make them think I'm not doing good. All right. Yeah.
Are you saying all that out loud?
So
that you just kind of mumbling underneath your breath, like, hey, just doing good. Doing good. Doing good.
Maybe a nice nap would be all right. I say that out loud like that. That would be good.
Are you guys going to push your way to Fel-nor?
No, I think we keep going. Yeah.
Okay. It takes a couple more hours. You can see about as you're hitting the city is right as soon as the eastern sky is starting to light up with not like it's the first rays it on. You don't even see the sun, but you can see, as it approaches morning, the sky in that side starts to ever so brighten from the pitch black that it usually is. Luckily, through the night, you were able to have the moon as your companion.
Which, speaking of moon, I'm so sorry. What month and or moon is it?
Right now is, I want to say,
I think you said it's towards the end of spring.
yes. I'm pretty sure that would be. I'm gonna have to look it up.
That's okay.
I'm blanking.
You don't have to tell me right now, but just say it. That's
Is Barren a werewolf?
A werewolf, but only for like a certain moon.
That's
actually a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's multiple moons,
It is
right?
Barren. Maybe it's not. That'd be ironic.
That would be very ironic.
Is he a werewolf?
Is he a werewolf?
No, I said if. Would that be ironic if he was a werewolf?
I mean, his family. It's like that thing where you hate this certain thing and then you become it. It's like an anime trope. Hates titans, becomes a titan. Hates ghouls, becomes a ghoul. What other ones is there? There's
Like Tanjiro is a demon slayer, but his sister is a demon.
yeah. Yep. There's all sorts of stuff. It's like that's a pretty common thing.
That's
That's like
like
you hate this. Sorry to have you look that
Yeah,
up. I
no,
was just,
you're good.
I was curious.
So right now it's Lebanon, the month, which means that it's late spring, kind of getting towards early summer, and just the moon of Yal is up above, which brings a lot of peace. As you know, a lot of the other moons are tied towards evil embodiments, usually sometimes connected to gods themselves or connected to beliefs in some sort of dark powers. Yal is considered to be the good moon, as that's the one that's worshipped for the followers of Yal Fog, the same god of Adiliade. But as you guys enter the city, it's not too late in the. It's still quite early, but you know it's a new day. You did this.
Nobody's doing.
Eventually, Adelaide, are you leading them to the estate?
Yes. Are we approaching the estate now?
So you've made it to the city.
City. Okay. Before we go too much farther into the city, I'm like, Pablo, can I see my bag, please?
Yes, of course. He goes, have fun, of course.
Yes, of course. He like totally changes.
So as soon as he goes into the gates, he goes,
Yes.
of course, man.
Adelaide's gonna like kind of dig through her bag, and she's going to pull out a mirror and kind of hand it to Pablo to hold, and then she's going to start fixing her hair and fixing her hair pieces. Then she's going to reach in again, and she's going to pull out a clean pair of shoes, reach those out. She's going to look and see that she maybe has a couple of like scuffs
From like traveling on the
yeah,
road.
and from being exploded by a magical box.
Yes.
She's gonna be like, oh, it's fine, it's enough. And then like a couple sprays of perfume, and then maybe some powder, and then she'll, thank you, Pablo, and put it back into the bag and be like, all right, let's go home. Just gotta keep walking her way through Fel-nor.
I just want you to do a performance check with advantage as you're kind of getting yourself spruced up.
I think Opal also would have tried, but the complete opposite.
You're like
You-
clearing yourself up.
You know, got some dirt, maybe a little dirty, but then would enhance your sway. Just be like, fine, everything's fine. Mentally not, but we're fine.
And mighty warrior Opal. Come back, baby. 19.
19. So with a 19, as you walk down the street, you all are kind of a fairly odd bunch anyways, but definitely Adelaide's stealing the show as she's like literally with the power of the moon above, glowing as she's walking down the street. For those who are starting their day up now, they're all turning their heads towards your group. Adelaide, you know the city like the back of your hand.
Are we in the shopping districts yet?
You went to the shopping district first. That's the because it won't make sense for you to go through, like the poor district. You kind of circumvented that and stuff. You didn't really want to go through the administration kind of. Or, the town is split almost kind of by 4 main roads, which meet in the center as kind of the crossroads of the city. That's kind of where a lot of the legislative stuff is. Your family is from the northern part of Fel-nor, as that's more the wealthier estates. Even closer towards that is a lot of the temples, and even at the most northern side is the palace of the king of Theodore.
So we've already made it past the shopping district.
You're going through it right now.
Right through it? Okay.
Yeah.
I know everyone.
Yeah.
First name basis.
Old Sal is waving, and then you see Mosby. He's already kind of like the little candlelight in the shop. He's starting to kind of clean the windows. He's got some beautiful dresses on in his the window at the front of his shop.
A quick swerve.
He's not open yet.
Maybe he'll open for me. She's gonna kind of wave in the window.
Mosby, seeing you literally glowing, he'll go and kind of unclick the door, the chain, unbolt the lock, and opens the door. Madame Adelaide, Your Holiness, you're back. I haven't seen you in over months. I was worried that you had got disinterested in my shop.
Simply been adventuring, Mosby.
You're an adventurer now?
Indeed, I am an adventurer.
That's so exciting.
Yes, it was meant to be. It's only a matter of time.
Is this your group of adventurers with you?
Yes, this is my group. Let's see, we have Opal.
Opal?
Yes.
You look familiar.
Yeah, hey Mosby.
Oh. Do I know you?
I just don't spend my money as much as she does, so.
Oh.
You'll probably recognize her from the.
Oh yes. I that's what I think I've seen you around hanging out with that crowd.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll just tap my.
Yes. I see the symbols and the things. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
And then let's see, we have Alaya, Barren, Ren.
Oh.
This is Pinky, Boss.
She's gonna wave emphatically. Pinky is.
Well, I do have to say that this is some quite interesting company. He'll say to you, Ren. It's Ren, correct?
Yes.
I just have to compliment you. Your style is very different than I've ever seen. Would it be okay if I were able to maybe do some sketches of your look? I think it probably will be in the next spring edition of my catalog.
Fisherman chic.
As much as I
will pay.
I'm flattered, but this garb is rather special to me. Has some meaning.
Oh,
I'd rather not have it be.
I meant no disrespect.
It's okay. No, it's totally cool, man.
If you are interested, though, I will pay in order to use some of the designs.
Print a model.
Yeah, as long as I get to approve them.
Literally, sure. Do you have a couple of hours that maybe we could, try different things, different looks? Do you have any other aspects of clothing?
I've got a few outfits, but I don't know if we really have time to do this. I'll kind of look at everyone else.
That's so disappointing. It really is. It's such a shame as he turns towards you, Adelaide. Such a shame.
Such a shame, Ren. It really is. It's a shame.
quite unfair, really. I would love, maybe at some point, to sit down with you, Master Ren.
Yeah, maybe someday. Yeah, we can surely do that.
I'm sure Ren would do it, but you'd have to pay all of us, I think.
No, but you wouldn't need to pay them.
Adelaide, I think I have something over here that might suit your fancy. As Cat leads you over kind of towards some more of the dresses, Mosby will kind of lean in and is like, Adelaide, not to be harsh, but your friends don't seem the sort of type that I usually get for customers.
Oh, they're great.
They're great?
They're
Are you
great.
sure?
Yeah, they're great.
I'm just concerned that they aren't here to purchase, if that makes sense. That makes sense, I should say.
Adelaide's going to like peek her head back towards where all y'all are.
Just looking at that, especially I think you said Barren folk.
Yes, yes.
That man doesn't seem one to really care for the finer things in life, and that has me kind of concerned for his, well-being.
Oh. Well, there's a fashion
Salvation is fashion.
We have a couple of options.
Mostly.
Of course, whatever you think would be best. Option number one, if they're not going to buy anything, they leave. There's plenty of things to see here. I won't be very long, I'm sure.
As long as they don't take up my precious time, as you know.
Yes,
we have so much business. I have so many new stock items that I need to put out. I know, it's so exciting.
They're not here to buy anything. They can leave. Unless you feel that you have some sort of charitable sort of heart that you'd like to choose one of them and maybe make them try on good clothes so that they can be more fashionable, in which case I would not recommend.
Yeah, he just doesn't seem one to care. I'm really quite interested in the Ren character. I think he would be perfect. That line of clothing is so different. I think it would put us more out there, if that makes sense. Make it more rugged.
We're on the map.
Well, I know we're very on the map.
Chic. And taking something that isn't quite chic, you're making it chic.
I know. Just think about the netting, like that fish netting, but instead of it looking like an actual fish net, they're like leggings.
Oh, like really tight pants.
Yeah, tight pants. Like
Nice.
trousers, but they're like skin tight. Crazy.
It seems a little bit scandalous, honestly.
Oh, well, you should wear something over it.
That makes sense.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Dear friends, if you don't want to buy anything, you can look around the shopping district. I'll be out shortly. Ren, you stay. If you don't mind. If you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. I can stay.
What's the price of just something? Like, I just want to see what the price tag of something in this shop would be.
Are you looking at like a full suit?
No, just like I'm just like whatever I'm next to. I'm just like
There's like a hat next to
yeah.
you.
I'm just like I just want to like
You look over at a pair of what looks to be very well crafted kind of trousers. Like think about like the fancy like French general trousers that kind of go down and then kind of poof out and then go back into the ankles and stuff like that. They're running for about 1,000 gold pieces.
Whoa!
And that's just for the pants. The matching suit is an extra 1,500. I can't afford it. That's so bad.
I'll just walk around the
is
town.
the forefront of fashion.
Adelaide's kind of like sifting through the fabric of the dresses, and she's like, "Oh, it's good to be home."
And now, is there anything that's catching your likeness?
Let's see. I do love this yellow one. Quite nice.
It does match your fine features, Madam Adelaide. I think it would look lovely with anything that you'd wear it with.
Good. Let's see. Could I perhaps try this one on with these shoes over here? And oh my goodness,
Yes.
Mosby,
Yes.
these gloves.
I know. I got them in 2 days ago, and when I saw them, I thought of you. Yes. No joke.
Would you mind if I give you a little?
For sure. Take her for a whirl.
She's going to go and pick up everything and like a little try. She's going to be like, Like head to the back rooms to go try to dress.
At this point, you guys have all been awake for over 24 hours. I need everyone to make a Constitution save throw.
While we're doing that, I'm curious.
Except
Is there
Adelaide, you have adrenaline right now. The hunt is on. 1, 2.
Well, actually, wait. I can add something maybe.
2 dice.
15? I'm curious.
Alright.
Is there anything fairy-sized in this shop?
Yeah, definitely. There's shapes and all sizes. You see actually a sign as you look around that says "fitting all size from gnomish to Goliath." So you would assume that he has some sort of ability to change the size of any clothing to match your needs.
Oh. Is there anything? No, Pinky can't afford anything in here, but like, I'm just gonna look around for some fabulous pink something.
There's definitely many pink dresses. There's big, flowy, like princess-like dress that you find. You also find a very nice circlet with a pink amethyst pressed into the middle of it. You also find a very lovely like floral designed like shirt that has a very beautiful pattern of kind of what looks to be almost vines with kind of like that. Do you know a peony flower looks like? Kind of like the poof ball flower?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Though like the vines are kind of like a dark pink, the shirt is just like a normal pink, and the peonies are like a bright, almost white pink. But like as you kind of put your hands onto the texture, you can feel that this shirt is probably the softest thing you've ever touched.
Okay. So I imagine that Pinky just kind of zips around the store like, pink, 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 and then she sees the shirt and she's like, oh, and she's just standing there like stroking it.
Like a cat needing it.
He's so pretty. She's gonna look at the price tag and ignore it.
Yeah.
After she sees the price. Because
The
she can't
price
afford it.
of this is 1,025. Like
Way out of her
1,250.
price range. Huh?
1,250.
Okay.
But you do see it has the red dot sale on it, the little sticker, so it has been marked down. Very nice.
Pinky's going to take a mental note of this shirt. Yes, because she has minimal sewing skills and she will probably try to recreate it at some point.
Perfect. Yeah. Ren, you find a nice comfy couch, like a plush seat. And you probably recognize this, Brandon, as like if you go shopping with your wife and it's like at a store that has nothing for you, you find
you're
a
like,
chair.
oh, what am I doing here?
You find a chair and you sit down and you like scroll on your phone. You sit down on the chair and you're literally out in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I can stay for a few more hours. Just
Similar thing happens there, Barren. What did you roll for your Constitution saving throw? Roll. If you want to roll as well. Constitution saving throw. See how you're doing with this thing down over 44 hours. 15. You're doing pretty good.
I have a +5 to my Constitution saving rolls, and I got a 6.
Yeah, you rolled that one.
Yeah.
So basically, I literally had like 3 people roll that ones. I imagine that Alaya, Barren, and Ren have all found chairs, and they're plush. They're like.
It's like when you're shopping with your wife.
That's what I said.
yeah, welcome to 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, literally, that's what I said.
McKay can shop for like 30 minutes, and then after that, it goes downhill like fast.
Yeah.
Like it goes from like, oh yeah, like whatever you think to like, I don't know, just choose, just pick something, please. We need to leave.
I'm just done.
Don't you get like 20 minutes.
I get impatient. I'm bad at that.
That's what I think.
Well, if it's something like I can look around and find stuff for me, it's not as bad because I like shopping too. I usually feel like I get done before Faith with my shopping, but if I have, like, I can stay at a shop for an hour if I can look around myself for stuff I'm interested. If it's when it's like going to a girls' clothing shop, yeah, like Weekend Rose, I'm like, oh, please shoot me out. I love you, Faith.
Shopping with a passion.
Yeah. So, Inky and Opal, you're doing good. The rest of you have fallen asleep. I almost imagine that, like, Barren and Ren, not even knowing it, but they kind of cuddle up against each other. Not like anything weird. Like, you like fell asleep right next to each other, and like someone's head is just kind of slowly leaned down onto the other person.
Like with your siblings in the car.
Yeah.
Elias just curled up on one of the chairs.
Yeah, literally in like the fetal position. Okay.
Adelaide's on like
Cloud 9.
yeah.
There's
Like,
no
gray
way. That,
blouses and it all feels great.
after you've kind of done some shopping for a while, looking at some of these things, Mosby will come to you and say, so have you made any decisions?
Well, I have to take the gloves.
Yes, of course. They, like I said, when I saw them, I knew that they were for you. I just was worried. I haven't heard anything back for a while. So.
I'll have to do a better job at writing
No.
letters, of course.
Of course. Would you like a catalog?
I would!
Of course, I can get you. One from the back. It won't be any charge. You do such good business with us.
You know I pay double.
Well, I know, but I have to do something for you.
You're too kind.
Of course. And let me know if there's anything that you see out there. I will price match. I will make you anything that you need.
Now, that's an offer. You know I cannot refuse.
Of course. Just
Oh, to
make
think on it. No, thank you.
Of course. Just if you ever see a fashion statement or a style that you see, and if you are able to, get a sketch of it, I probably could recreate it. Just so you know.
Excellent.
And it's not something that this isn't something that is like new for you. Like Motive's offered this before. It's just kind of like a service that he does for you. If you see something that you want, he can usually either get something similar in or get it for you.
I do have something that I think would be
Oh, really?
interesting. So, I found my first piece of jewelry
Ooh.
out adventuring.
Adventuring?
Not purchased.
Oh,
I
exciting!
found it and I took it because no one else had it because its owner was probably dead.
Of course. Well, where else would they be?
Exactly. So, Pablo, can I see? She's gonna kind of dig through the bag and she's gonna take that black necklace that she found and
Like how that onyx.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she's going to show it and she's going to say, do you think that you could maybe create a look that would complement this?
Interesting. I feel that it's a very serious note. As I see this, it has to be the centerpiece of the outfit.
Yes, and it's quite different than anything that I've worn before.
It is. Usually you have, lights, colors. I feel that this will either be something along the lines of a dark black, almost maybe an off black purple, or off black blue. What do you think?
I think that you know exactly what you're talking about.
I will surprise you. Don't you? I know, that's so exciting.
Do you want a sketch or can I trust you with this?
You can trust me. I will definitely, and I will make sure, I will mull over it ever so diligently to make sure that this is one of the most coup de crayon outfits I've ever made. I don't know if he knows what that even means. He just says, he says like,
It's been a pleasure.
Of course. Now, are you taking these items right now? The gloves, anything else?
Been sent to the estate.
Of course. And would you like it charged to the estate as
Yes,
well?
please.
Of
course. You know what? Don't make any notes. Just send it to the estate.
Perfect. Okay. I will let the our normal arrangement stand.
Thank you. Of course, those 3 stutters.
Of course.
Goodbye, Mosby.
Of course. And here's your catalog. I hope you enjoy it.
I actually wrote my father to send one of these.
Oh, really?
And he never responded.
I do know that he came in a couple weeks back. And he was in a rush. He didn't really get a chance to talk with me. He talked with one of my attendants. Alas, I wish I would have been able to know that you were adventuring. I would have made sure myself personally you would have had one of these. I mean, without you here, you were my favorite customer. And so...
I feel like I couldn't go.
Of course, you are home.
I am home!
Anyways.
Just gonna wake up her besties over there on the couch, Barren and
As she wakes me up,
And
just because he's not used to getting woken up like that, he instantly just drags it, grabs like a dagger off him, and like gets ready to. He'll stop. Like,
Most people go, and then jump underneath the counter as he thinks he's going to stab you.
Adelaide's gonna kind of like, you know, when like moms, they go, stop.
Stealth.
She's gonna like kind of do that to
Off him on the head.
It's fine, Mosby. And then there.
And your party is such a lively bunch.
I mean, you need a good lively party, like you need good lively earrings.
That's very true.
When you're out in the world, you've got to be prepared for everything.
Yes. And do come back with that Ren fellow. I really would like to see his repertoire of outfits.
Now that I know that you're looking towards that direction, I feel that I have the advantage.
Yeah, as always, you do. How can I keep up? With I would assume not too long after that, you guys are going to head towards the estate now. Maybe stop a couple of other places, but eventually you are going to make it there. Opal, is there anything that you would like to do now that you're back in the city, or are you just kind of following along with these fine folks for now?
Well, I think she is curious about how things are going at the Triquetra, so you know.
It's up to you. If you want to stay with them, or if you want to go do your own thing, that's all right as well.
I think she'd go. No, she wanted to go talk to them. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we're going to take a break real quick, probably just like 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll be back on in just a second.
sounds good.
Bye.
Break time. Oh, break time.
should at your house.
Okay, we're back.
For a walk.
Awesome.
So the shopping spree done. What's the plan? Ren,
Work on the bench.
Barren, Adilaide, you guys are
Okay.
wrecked. Okay, you're just heading to the estate. Perfect. So not too long after that, you head up kind of more into like an upper section of the other side of the crater.
Yeah.
I didn't explain it too well, but as you guys entered into the city, it's like almost like you're walking up a hill, and then you crest up to the top, and then it's kind of almost a beautiful view as you look out across the rest of the city, down into this recess. As you can see the main roads of the city kind of bisecting into the middle, almost running like the diameter of the crater in the two directions. Eventually, though, you do make your way to a beautiful section of the city, as you can see what look to be large houses set up in various areas. And a lot of these have, grand gates, walled areas above. Most of these walls having spiked tops to deter thieves. As you look in through kind of the barred gates of these complexes, you see beautiful gardens. As you're approaching kind of more closer towards where in the distance you can see what looks to be a beautiful and elaborate palace, partially carved out of the side of the stone, but also built like to look like a fortress, almost kind of like a Gothic cathedral-esque style for the palace. You hear a baby cry.
Adelaide has a new sister.
It's like the scene of Shrek when they open up the gate, or like when they step out of the onion cart. The bird poops on, or not poops, it falls down, and there's like just a random baby crying. No. Anyways, Adelaide, you see not too far off, up above, the Brightor estate. Would you like to describe what it looks like to your friends as you guys are approaching it? Like your mind's picture of it?
That's pretty.
It's very nice. It's awesome.
There's lots of great things about it. I
It's
don't know.
gorgeous.
It's very, very nice. No, the brighter state prides itself in beauty and in elegance. So the grounds are immaculately kept. Just beautiful flowers, greenhouses, gardens. There are kind of three separate like wings or buildings to the actual estate. There's like the side home, not home, but there's like a side kind of building, and that is used for business purposes by Adelaide's father. And then there's the big kind of the manor on the estate, and that is a beautiful white building. Think castle, but maybe like I'm trying to think.
Almost like
It's like
cathedral.
I was gonna say like the LA Temple.
Yeah.
Great to say. Pointy, pretty castle, not stone castle. Think like more like
Like a fantasy-esque.
fancy-esque castle, but of course it's not massive because it's not like a castle. It just has kind of those similar design ideas, but put into more the size of like a manor.
Or like a chateau.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. Enfant Schwab.
I don't know what that means, but Adelaide probably does.
It's just castle in French, but I think typically like they're just smaller.
Okay.
You know, like if you say you live in a chateau, it's kind of just like a mansion. I don't know.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm no expert.
And then again off to it's actually like further past the castle. There's another very large buildings and then a few houses outside, and that's where like Opal's family lives. It's almost like its own community, but it's on the estate. Yeah, that's what's up.
Nice. As you approach, nice. As you approach the gate, Opal, are you still with him, or have you gone?
Gone.
At this point, you would notice that Opal's not with the party at this point. Did you tell him where you were going?
I would have.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then you notice again, like, oh wait, yeah, we don't have Opal with us. She went and did some events. You notice the gates ahead have what looks to be posted two guards outside, bearing the family crest of the Brightor family. Adiliade, you know that your father was known for his prowess in battle, and he still commands a troop of around 250 guard that are also kept on the estate with the servants as his own personal battalion that he trains. This looks to be two of the guards as of right now are posted out in front.
Pinky's going. Oh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that Pinky is going to like go wide-eyed at the sight of this spectacular building. She's going, "Oh, you live there?"
Yes, this is home sweet home. It's nice to be back.
Pinky's
Zachary?
going to.
Rickson, good to see you.
Lady Brightor, you have returned.
Returned, only briefly. This is more like a pit stop on the way to some more adventuring.
Very well. Your father has let us know that you were returning today, as you were able to message previously. Right this way, as they open up the gates. And
It's like the Walmart doors.
yeah, you just have to walk out. They actually don't guard it. They just stand there to make sure that the automatic information's working. They're the door greeter.
Just kidding.
No, they open up the gate. And you are beckoned into the gardens of the estate. That's how it's not uncommon for there to be a main path walking towards the gate, but definitely it doesn't necessarily go to the straightest shot. It's supposed to lead visitors path a little bit through, not all the gardens, but kind of like a highlight of some of the garden features. Not like it's like basically a straight shot, but it definitely does show off the beauty, the well-kept grounds. You do notice like the figures of the guard. Adiliade, you notice that you're not sure. Maybe there might be more guards posted than usual, but maybe it's just you're not sure if it's anything out of the ordinary, or maybe it's just more of a training, or if your dad's just trying to like show off a little bit, make sure everyone's like in line and come home. It's not hard to tell. Shave.
Pinky, if you like the outside, I have a feeling that you'll love the inside.
I want to see it.
They're all the same, Pinky.
Oh,
Well, I ain't even seen one. So.
How fun the party has a point.
And Barren, the Brighters make it a point to not be the same as all the others.
All the same.
You might be surprised, but it wouldn't surprise me if you were not surprised. So
I'd be surprised that you're not surprised that I'm surprised. That you're not surprised.
And surprise,
Yes.
we're all surprised.
Anyways, as you guys enter, knock on the door, bump, bump, bump. You are greeted at the door by a large man dressed very similarly to Pablo, except he has a little bow tie. But think of Pablo, but like, you know, Pablo's only like 5 feet tall. He's like this tall comparatively to most people. Oh, he's like 6.
He's not short.
Yeah.
No, oh, he's like 6. He's tall guy.
Like,
Well, if he's short, that's okay.
No, it's fine. We can have him tall.
no,
It's
he
fine.
is tall.
This guy is like 10 foot. Like, and you would know this, Adelaide, but Pablo's family actually come from a race of giants.
Pablo's just a little giant.
He's just a little giant.
He's a big kid. He's just a little man.
That's why he was like 15.
Oh.
Full grown beard, but he's just like a normal person size because he hasn't grown up yet.
He's just a giant.
Yeah.
He's just a little giant guy.
Yeah, so he's got a little bit more room to grow.
That makes sense.
This man that opens the door for you, like I said, looks very similar to Pablo. He introduces himself as Paul. This is, and Pablo will lean over to you, Ren, and say, "Hafana part, that's my uncle."
I can see the resemblance, Pablo.
Him, and then all my primos and primas, they're pretty cherry part.
Amen to that. I couldn't have said it better myself.
As Paul says, "Hafana, this way."
Thank you, Paul.
He why do you need this?
Because I'm putting down the stuff we
Oh, the list for the
That
park.
was so adorable.
I thought she was like trying to figure out how like you're sending me like a secret message and like what Opal's doing. Skewers. Anyways, Paul leads you all down kind of the corridor into kind of the main antechamber of the house. I'd imagine that a lot of the colors are almost like gold, deep, like crimson reds, silvers, marble floor, tapestries depicting glorious battles with different monsters and things like that as you're walking down. Very ostentatious, very much presenting the wealth and the valor of the Brightor name. You know that these tapestries, Adelaide, depict your Brightor line going back even to some of the first kings of the kingdom. Though that line may not be the Brightor line, as it split off, it's still part of your lineage, and it's comforting to look up and to see those figures and to know that that's where your stock comes from. Not too long after that, as Paul obeys you to stop and to wait, as he goes and fetches the master of the house, Azureus. You hear a man. You first hear the footsteps as it's like a pop, 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 pop. Like it sounds like it may be a run, or maybe it's just a really quick walk. As you see a man quite similar to Adilaide's features. He has a very angled face. Quite a handsome man, as his hair is now kind of darker gray, speckled with a little bit of white, kind of more towards the edges of it. He looks quite stoic. You could see him being a general of an army, as he just holds himself with an air of responsibility and with prowess. As he enters into the room, he will see you, Adelaide, and go. It's almost like a switch that gets flipped as he's like very stern, very serious. And as soon as he sees you, he's like, Adelaide, I am so happy to see you. As he kind of runs up and just gives you a big hug. I've missed you so much.
Did you get my letter?
I did get your letter. Did you get mine? Oh,
This is better.
this is better. This is so much better. It's so good to see you. I didn't know that you'd be back so soon. What have they been having you do? These your underlings that they have hired for you, so that way you can go on your adventures.
No, these.
I'm no underling.
What?
Barren was like in the back because like he was like Paul had stopped him trying to get him to wipe the mud off his boots, and like starts kind of walking back up.
I'm no underling.
Oh, I did not mean to offend. I'm so sorry. That was not my meaning whatsoever.
Oh, these are the associates.
Oh, your associates. So this is your Vigil team.
This is my visual team, and visual team. This is my father.
It is good to meet all of you. As like he kind of turns towards the rest of you, I would say that as he says those lines, he goes from kind of the super cheery like, "Oh, this is my daughter's back." He kind of goes, "It's good to meet all of you," as he's kind of reaffirmed his like stance. He looks a lot more like that stoic figure. And your names, please. I would like to know who's traveling with my daughter.
Oh, did you not hear me?
No, go Pinky.
Go ahead.
I'm Pinky. She's gonna stick out her hand. Of course, it's very small, but just shake it.
It's good to meet you, Pinky. Any surname or any lineage title I should be aware of?
I am Pinky Zinnia Azalea from the... Oh, I forget what the forest is called that she's from.
The Rovine?
Yes, from the Rovine.
Wow.
Did we know it was Pinky Azalea?
I actually really like that name.
It's the cutest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, it's like Amelia Bedelia.
Azalea. That name rings of very much honor. I can tell that you come from must be a very fine family. And you?
Kind of puff up her chest.
As he turns to whoever wants to go next.
I'm Ren.
Ren of
Bauli, and I'll bow.
Bauli. I've never heard that family name before, and
that's just my village.
Village.
Yes.
Wow. I have heard that before, being called after the place that you are from. That's quite interesting. That's good. Yeah.
Father, he's a fashion icon.
He's a fashion icon?
Icon.
Has he met Mosby?
He has met Mosby. Things are in the works.
Oh, good. Oh, well, as soon as you say that, his disposition towards you, Ren, changes dramatically. It's good to meet you, Ren of Bauli. I know that you must bring honor to your village with every step that you take outside of it.
I hope to.
And your name?
Barren.
Barren,
Just Barren.
Just Barren. Well, I do hope that as you travel, you may be able to find a name or a legacy for yourself.
We'll see.
Well, Adelaide, I have.
You forgot a line.
Oh, I didn't even see her back there.
What is Moss?
And Moss.
Oh, I didn't see him behind her.
Really rude of you.
This is Alaya. Oh, I'm sorry, Alaya. Go ahead.
I'm Alaya Asha.
Alaya Asha. I've never heard that last name. Is it regional or is it a family?
It's a family.
Well, good. I hope that you are making your family proud. I know you are. As you are a Vigil, it must be something not everyone can do, as only very special people, as he kind of like looks at his daughter, very special people can accomplish such a feat. And moss is like moss being like literally looks like a bush through it. I just imagine moss goes, just grunts. Yes, it's to you as well.
This is awesome. It's not a passion icon yet, but maybe someday.
We'll work on it. Adelaide, I have some things for you. But maybe your friends. I'm not trying to be rude, but they do look very tired. Yeah, I mean, you've been traveling for almost a day. Did you even have horses or a carriage to take you?
No, not even a carriage.
You are so wise.
Yes, these 2 legs, all the way over there to all the way over here.
I did not know it was going to be so. Are you okay? Like, has the road been rough?
The road has been rough, and it's been wonderful.
Oh, good. I was worried, to be quite honest, how you'd fare. I'm glad that you're eating it up. It makes me so excited. It reminds me of the days when I was out there as a knight, slaying evil villains and going out there and protecting the kingdom. I just want to go and my back. Oof. Maybe I need to calm down.
Calm down just a little bit.
I won't be out there again. It just makes me so excited. But you know your mother. She would never let me go and grab a sword anymore. It's probably for the best anyways.
But different seasons.
Maybe
Maybe someday I'll get back out there again.
Of course. Better to die at the blade than to not die at all. Or
As you always say.
As I always say. The family saying. Better
It's on a plaque on the wall.
like ladies at the back. It's like underneath
the sword.
Yeah, it's like underneath one of the tapestries, as it's like one of your ancestors literally like showing them like being stabbed, and he's like, it's like words coming out of his mouth about the tapestry. It's better to die by the sword than to not die at all. Anyways, guys, have I ever told you I love this game?
Wait, is Opal coming back later? Should we expect her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will be back. Would you mention me?
Yes, yeah, I would have been like, Opal of the Triquetra.
Opal of the Triquetra?
Yes, I mentioned her in the letter, but she'll be joining us shortly.
Great. I would love to see her. I heard that she's she from the grapevine. I heard that she was actually joined the Vigils at the same time as you.
Yes.
And she became one of your companions.
Yes.
That is so exciting.
The time she's they're a big reason of why we get anything done. Not anything. Good friends. Just she's a go-getter. She's a go-getter.
A go-getter. Someone that has
from when we were young. Yes,
yeah.
she's always had
Mud.
mud. She's always had
Grit,
mud.
I should mean. I need grit. Definitely. Well, that is beautiful. I'm so glad that you're doing good. Maybe I'll let everyone freshen up and we could meet over dinner tonight. Talk more about what's going on with everyone. Go from there. Maybe make plans. I heard that you said that you were traveling on a mission. This isn't just to come visit your old man.
No, the word that even if it was,
Yeah, thank you.
we are in need of some horses.
Horses. Okay, I'll get Paul on it right now.
Friends, I can't wait to show you to our, what would it be called? The guest
Everyone
suite.
probably has their own room, I imagine.
Everyone, very much so, and a lot of these, as you know, Adelaide, you have, especially being, the nephew to the cousin of the king, you always have visiting family from some of those other nondescript towns come in, other cousins and other families that come here to visit, to parlay with the any sort of administration. It's your job as their family tied to the city to host them when they're here. And so there's a good amount of rooms prepared for just such occasion where family members must come and stay. There's plenty of rooms for every one of your guests of their own. Something that you'd all notice, the bath has hot water. Big flex. And the water is already scented as it comes out of the tap. Even bigger flex.
Wow.
The beds, like the thread count is like in the millions. You're pretty sure. It's very nice. As you guys are resting, getting prepared for tonight's meal, we're going to take a second and go over to Opal.
And
Opal, as you head more towards the administration district of Fel-nor, you pass by a lot of guards. And as you go past a lot of the guards of the city who bear the crest of the crown of the king themselves, a lot of them stop by and kind of salute or bow as you pass, just maybe not recognizing you for who you are, but recognizing you as a member of the Triquetra, as very much a group that is honored here in the city. As you eventually come to the building of the Triquetra, you know it as you look at it. And you can tell me if you think differently, but I almost imagine, like, we were describing Adilaide's home as like this beautiful, almost small palace. I imagine the Triquetra headquarters here in Fel-nor almost looking like a fort built into the city. Like large walls, guarded by at every corner, where functionality definitely oversteps visuals and the looks. And in some ways that makes it stand out very much so here in Fel-nor, as Fel-nor is known for its beauty, its elegance, its desire to become more than just the function of a thing. The Triquetra kind of stand in the face of that, as they're here for a purpose and they're here to get it done.
Yeah, I feel like once I got closer to the base area, would I possibly see people that I recognize?
Of course, you would see two of the paladins outside guarding, wearing full, donning full chainmail and robe. Both of them holding what looks to be two-handed battle axes, fashioned not like Shadowrend, but in a similar vein. Like the etching and the patterns on them are supposed to evoke the similar way that your axe itself is done, with the symbol of the Triquetra emblazoned on it.
Okay. I'll mess with them.
You gonna mess with them?
Yes.
You recognize this as Charles and what's another good name? Bartleby. Charles and Bartleby, standing guard. You know Charles. Both of them are huge men. They're like probably almost 7 feet. They're like built like a bus. You just imagine like your typical like paladin in a fantasy, just almost too wide. Like the pauldrons are a little bit much. It's kind of impressive, but you see him just kind of standing stoically at the front of the entrance there, like almost kind of honestly the robes of the Triquetra that are like I can't remember what it's called, the habard, or like covering the cloth covering for chainmail, kind of slowly blowing in the wind. What you see?
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to them the way that Mulan walks up, was as she tries to act like a boy, just like that, like that. And I'm gonna make this voice like, "Hello, servants of the Triquetra."
Not like moving his head, going to see the hero of the building. It's good to see you, Recharge.
Oh, I'm not the hero of this anymore. I'm bubble by Gertrude. Oh.
Would you like us to escort you inside?
eventually the entire way around, I'm like, no, I don't want to be here. I'm not lost.
Opal, you are embarrassing yourself.
But you're just not happening at all.
As Charles will, as you're kind of like laying down, you'll see him kind of. They both have kind of like the helmet down. Charles will kind of pick it up. I'm really not to bring it back down. Would you like us to escort you?
You joined in the fun voice cracking goal.
Oh boy, you know that makes us feel a little weird.
Inferior, yes.
You know we have superiority conflicts now. If it's your command, we shall.
No, it's weird. All right, you ruined it. Okay, let me in.
Thanks. They can. They stop like lowering their voices for you. They'll pound on the ground 3 times, both in like simultaneous with the axes. Boom, 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 as the portcullis gate starts kind of raising up from allowing passage inside the castle.
Yeah, I'll just pat him on the shoulder and be like, good job, guys. I'll try again next time.
Thanks. As you enter in, like it's very much so kind of like how Opal, Adelaide walked down the street of the shopping district, and all heads turn towards her because they know that she has like the most amount of gold to spend. It's similar here, where as you walk into the fort, you see the different sections, the fortified building in the center, and barracks kind of surrounding there, the training field to the left of this area, as well as a lot of the different armaments. You know this to be probably the best defended spot in the castle, or in the city, other than maybe the royal castle, just because of the sheer level of like paladin people, like war machines. Like I imagine like there's trebuchets just kind of like set up in rows, stuff like that, just in case. You never know what would happen, that they would need to call upon these assets. Where are you going?
Keep walking.
I'm just gonna walk around.
Well, I need to talk to. I'd like a report on what's been going on, and then I need to request an item.
Request an item. Would that mean that you'd go to your parents first, or do you think you'd go to Gideon first?
Gideon.
Okay. So, kind of knowing where you're going, and trying to shrug off the looks of, and it's kind of half and half. Like half the people here see you and go, "Oh, Opal's back!" Like kind of like a sly, like, because they know that you're fun. And then the other half are like, "Oh, it's Opal, the hero. She's returned," and stuff like that. And so a lot of them are kind of a mix of that.
Mm-hmm.
You enter into the fortified complex at the center of the walled fortress. You know where to go. The second floor is kind of the planning room, and that's usually where Gideon Clint can be found.
Mm-hmm.
As you make your way past people, they don't even try to stop you, debrief you. They all know who you are. You make it to the second floor, and you find Gideon talking to other paladins, kind of looking over a map of Yavna, not nearly as splendid as the one in the Vigils, as the Vigils one, like being that dome of light that you can see the whole land, but this being a very well taken care of parchment paper staked on the 4 ends of this table. They look to be pointing at something going on maybe in Vicronoi, in that kind of area, and muttering to themselves. You see Gideon wearing his normal High Guardian outfit garb of full-on steel plate armor with designs of the Triquetra being emblazoned on kind of the forehead, each of the pauldrons, and a large one on the chest. You know this armor to be magically enchanted with the protections against those things that the Triquetra work to fight against. As he sees you enter in, he will look up and say, "The hero, Opal, it's good to see you again. Are you here to return to us?"
Well, not quite. But Gideon, how are you?
As he takes off his helmet, you see the visage, and you know him, but to describe for the audience and for the other players who are not there, you see a man, his skin, the color of almost like a crimson red, his eyes glowing almost like the fires of the furnace. And you can see as he takes off his helmet, the spots on his head right here, where two horns would normally protrude from a tiefling, have been cut off, laid flat to where he can wear his helmet. As this man is tiefling. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm so good. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. Are you here to stay?
No, but still see what's going on over here. I know it's important, so.
Of course. It's good to have you back. I know that we didn't really say goodbye before you left, but thank you for coming and checking in with us. We haven't heard anything from you in the past couple months. We would appreciate it if you would be willing to maybe at least write every few often. Give us a field report of your findings with the Vigils.
Yes, I completely agree, and I sincerely apologize. That won't happen again. Can I get may I also receive letters? Maybe it's Bartleby's birthday, and maybe I want to come, or maybe you're throwing the old what is it? You're throwing one of the festival things to celebrate, the Triquetra and all that. Maybe it'd be nice to hear that too, the light stuff.
Of course,
Look, do y'all even still do that anymore? It's only been a couple months, so
we still do that.
Okay, that's good.
Though it's mostly headed by your parents, Tarek and Ilara.
Yeah.
I will pass the letter writing to them as well.
Okay. I can also talk to them myself as a good daughter should, so
That would be preferable.
yeah, I can do it. That aside. How's family? Good?
They're great. My wife, she's actually expecting our fourth child. And we are preparing for that. My son is entering into the fighting academy this year. I'm quite pleased.
Okay.
He seems that he'll turn out to be a fine paladin as well.
Good.
Yes. Anyways, you want a little bit of a report. Just so you know, we've heard reports of what seem to be planar presence in Vicronoi. It looks to be some sort of dark magic, most likely connected with demons in that area. We've also, as you know, previously, we're pretty sure the Fey portal in the Rovine is still up, though we have not located it. Our scouts feel like they're getting closer. As well as we heard rumors of something happening in the city of Havnok in Zehovek. Something about a plague going on there.
Yeah.
Other than that, there has not been very much reports on anything that would be threatening the Divine Gate. Though, in some ways, it's been too quiet.
Makes sense. Well, to give you more information on the Havnok, like going around, that was my first assignment with my team.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I guess the gods have a funny way of working through you still.
Yeah, so funny. Yes.
We were able to accomplish that without having to send any of our own out there because you had already been sent.
Yeah. True.
Anywho.
Yes, but there was some things discovered as onion, if that rings a bell.
Sounds familiar to maybe some sort of demon name.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard that name personally.
Yeah. Well, he has a point, demon. We ran into an infant demon of such related to the more powerful demon named Onion. Or maybe still get a little confused. Opal tried to explain it to me. Opal tried explaining it to me. But anyway, we were able to bring out an object that's been identified as some type of what's the right word? Of like a power source seeking for someone to take that power source and use it.
Is it also of demonic descent?
They didn't say that, but I'm assuming so. So I personally felt it wouldn't be appropriate to leave it there, as part of the investigation had to do with missing children getting involved. So some things were going on. I made the decision to take it out, and it is at the Vigils. However, I still greatly am concerned with it.
Is there any way that maybe we could acquiesce that if this is anything of extraplanar intent that could cause a rift, we should be the ones that deal with it? Maybe, hopefully, dispose of it before anything can happen.
Yeah, well, I completely agree, and that's why I'm bringing the report. As the other thing with that, as with such discoveries, it'd be nice to be able to communicate with you immediately rather than through letters. Is there any type of advice for me to do that? As the Vigils have this type of device, I'll show with the pendant. I made it a necklace but hid it. As we have this, that whenever it is crushed, it sends a message like something has occurred, and they'll send reinforcements. It also enables us to teleport to say, kind of. So something like that, but in a messenger kind of way.
Interesting. Let me do some digging. Are you staying here with us for a while?
Probably not. Yeah, we have another assignment with a haunted mansion / house / whatever ghosts, basically.
Oh, interesting. Do you know when you're leaving?
Probably tomorrow.
Okay, and I should be able to have something prepared for you by then. I will get one of our upper clerics to hopefully be able to start adding the Dwemer to maybe some sort of item. That way we will be able to be in contact a little bit more readily with you.
Yeah. Well, it's easier on both of us. You don't have to wait, and it's immediate, and you're more up to date.
I think that's a great idea. I didn't realize the vigil, and he searches for the right word to say your involvement with the vigils was going to last this long, so if this is the case, it would be best to be able to contact you somehow.
Yeah. Again, I apologize for lack of communication, but as you know, I still would like to think, I don't know. Opal's kind of gonna get sweaty palms at this point.
Yeah.
And kind of be like, still get to decide what I do. I understand my responsibilities. That's why I'm here. But I can still decide how I do it. He's gonna get maybe slightly more pale and a little more shaky. Just when you haven't eaten anything all day. And you're just
I'll see what I can do. Do you have anything else to report?
my team's great. I'm actually working with Adiliade.
Adiliade, the cleric of Yalfod?
Yes.
One of the priestesses of the city, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. That'll be good to know. Let us know if there's anything that we should be aware of in that sense. Yes.
Yes. I will.
Okay. All right. That's not everything. We are preparing ourselves to send a detachment to Vipro and Noe as soon as possible.
Okay.
He almost says like you are dismissed. Like he starts to say it, but then he's like stops himself like because he knows who you are and says, "Thank you for coming for a little bit and touching base with us."
Opal breathe a sigh of relief and grin back again, like, "Thank you, Gideon. Do you know where my parents are at?"
Around. I honestly don't know. Now that they've retired, it's not necessarily as much of my responsibility to keep track of them.
That's fair. Okay. I'll go find them, and I will give them the information in my request.
As he kind of just gives a curt nod as you go off. With that, we'll go back to the other group at the Adelaide Manor. It's about this point that evening has come. You've all been able to rest, and you've all been invited to the main dining chamber of the Adelaide residence. Quick question. How are you all coming to it? Like, are you just still wearing your same clothes? You able to get changed, or?
I mean, were we instructed otherwise?
They said that to expect a night evening of fine dining.
His clothes.
He only has 1 second.
No, he bought one.
Oh yeah.
But it's
Did
still.
Did he switch out the set so at least it doesn't have like the road wear on it?
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's still not nice set of clothes. Like, it's just like commoner clothes.
Yeah. A simple blouse shirt.
Has anything like super formal? But like she'll put on her nicest pink whatever she has.
Yeah. What do you think would be her nicest set?
Well, I imagine Vicky has like her travel clothes, which is like a tunic and some, like pants. But I also think she carries around like a cute little pink dress. I don't know.
Yeah.
just for her like off days. So I think she'd wear that.
Yeah, it's probably not like a nice dress for like a formal
No,
occasion.
but it's,
more like
it's a cute.
dress. Yeah.
It's like a summer dress, right? Like a sundress.
Yeah, I'm picturing that too.
Okay.
Elia would probably go knock on Adelaide's door.
Okay, we will do that here in a second. As
It's gonna be a minute. It's just gonna be. Tori is taking care of a baby at the moment.
Cool.
Before going directly to dinner, Barren's probably gonna just wander
through the house.
Yep.
Okay.
Explore a little bit.
Is there anything that you're looking for in particular?
Nope.
Okay. Do you want to do a check, or do you want to just
Sure. Or whatever you want to tell me, whatever.
Do an investigation check? Four. You find yourself kind of going in circles as you go down one hallway. You're like, oh, I wonder where this will go, and you end up back at the door that you had come out of, the one that has been signposted for Baron's quarters at the moment. And so you try a different hallway, and you just kind of just get turned around in circles while you're in here. It's been a while since you've been in a manor, and this one is quite extravagant. It's, in all honesty, yours that you grew up in was, while it was still kind of similar in some regards, this one is definitely more ostentatious than the one that you're familiar with. Because I want Adelaide to be here for this, and it's already 9:30. Do you guys want to continue playing, or would we like to call it here for the week and jump back into this next time?
Can we call it here for the week? I have very early tomorrow morning.
Sure. Okay. I have work at like 7 o'clock in the morning anyway, so
That works.
Okay. So with that, as you all get ready for the dinner, I'm pretty excited for the dinner.
Is Opal back in time for the dinner or no?
Should be.
Should be.
We'll try to.
Yeah. Well, depending on what Opal has with her parents, we might do that off the air, or if it's important stuff, we can do that on air. With that, I think we're good. So we'll continue on with the dinner dash next time. Dungeon house.
Dungeon house.